Hello there, this is Patricia from Pinky's World, and today I am using a lovely card idea that came from the Butterfly Challenge by the lovely Valerie Ann, and she has all the measurements and everything that she designed it. So she does everything by picture and I like to do everything by video, so I thought I would make a wee video for you, and I'll change the measurements to inches and just give you a whole run through the card and the sizes and show you how to construct it in a hopefully quick video. So you need to start off with your card base. We're going to be forming this for the base of our card, so I just wanted to show you how to do it. So Valerie has said cut 5.5 inches by 7.5, and we're going to score on the 7.5 side. So your first score is 1 3/4. Your next one is 3.5, 5 1/4, and then 7. And that's all you need for that particular thing, and we'll just put it together nice and quickly. Give your scores a good creasing or good burnishing with your bone folder, so it'll stay nice and firm. And the base should preferably be made of card, not paper, because it's to hold a lot of things, as you'll see shortly. There's a lot of cotton in this particular card base, but I think it's worth it. I'm going to give it a good go. I'm making this one for my mother-in-law. So now all you need to do is add your glue here on this wee 1/2 inch strip. The lighting's very bad. I'll turn that off maybe and make it better. Nope, doesn't help at all. But glue those together and this will form your base as we have done here. And that's you ready to go. So put that to one side, and then you need to start choosing your papers. You need a paper A and a paper B, and of course your same colour as your base. So the base card will be card, obviously. The paper A can be paper or card, and paper B can be whatever DSP you decide. I have decided to go with the Very Vanilla, because I think it ties in lovely with my particular colours. And this paper is from the Black Beauty. Black Beauty? Is it Blackberry Beauty? Black Beauty. It's a beautiful set of paper. So that's what I'm going with for these particular colours. So you need to start off by cutting a selection of your base cards. You need 12 pieces at 1 3/4 by 3.5. So I have them all pre-cut out of the card. It doesn't take a lot. You probably need a sheet of card and maybe an extra wee bit and a sheet of your DSP for each colour. Really good for using up your scraps, and you can choose whatever colour you want. So 12 pieces of those start you off 1 3/4 inches by 3.5. I'm going to give you a link to Valerie Ann's measurements so that you can get them all right if you're really interested in having a go. As I say, I'm going with cream for my A colour, and I'm going with the beautiful paper for my B. And for these ones you need 8 pieces at 1.5 by 3.25, and for the B you need 4 pieces at 1.5 by 3.25. So we're just building our way up. There is lots of pieces, there really is. The next ones, I'll put paper A to this side. Paper A you need, no sorry, this is paper A, so I mixed myself up already. Write that down when you're doing it. I have it written here, like actually paper A, Very Vanilla, paper B, Beauty. Let's check on that. I'm going to call it Blackberry Beauty. So it's a nice, lovely, lovely lush paper. And you can see on the other side it has the lovely owls and bits of gold. But I'm going with this colour. So back to what I was saying. For this one you need 4 pieces of your paper A at 1 1/4 by 3 inches and 8 pieces of your paper B by 1 1/4 by 3 inches. Like it really sounds more complicated than it is. So your next wee size is 8 pieces of the Very Vanilla at 1.5 by 1.5 and 4 pieces the same size of your other paper. And lastly you need your 4 pieces of 1 1/4 by 1 1/4 and 8 pieces by 1 1/4, 1 1/4. So that is all our papers, and then we're starting to assemble it all. So you're going to be taking one of your base ones, and we're going to go to this. Keep your measurements all beside it just to make sure you're on the right track. So we're going to take our one of these ones, which goes down that next size, as you can see, and then we go down to one of these, and that gives you that lovely look. And then your next one will be the opposite. You'll go, no, it won't be the opposite. You'll make up those 4 of those to cover all these. Right, I'm going to double check that and come back to you. So I was right, not too bad. So we're stacking it. We'll take one from these, just now, one from those, one from this pile, which goes on top, and the patterned paper from the bottom pile. And then for the next one, you add one of the base again, and you go the opposite way. You use the larger patterned and then the smaller very vanilla. And just keep going till you've got all those built up. Oops. And then we're going to glue them together. I know it's a wee bit of a hassle, but I'm just down to see what it comes out like, to be honest with you. I like a challenge. And your white, very vanilla, and 4 of those, 4 of those. Oops. That's right. 4 of those. These ones are the same. You take the large and put one of the small ones on it. The large, very vanilla. And just keep building those up. And then this wee one is the opposite. So you're using your coloured and your vanilla. And that is the mould. So you just need to glue all your layers on, and that's the next part. So I'm going to go off and do that and come back to you. So I'm back, and we have all our panels done. Each one attached and set up. So we're going to work on these panels now, and we're going to be attaching them like so. So this is your tube that you made at the very start. So flatten it down, and we're going to be putting one butted up to that crease and lined with the top, and the matching one at the bottom, so that it's lined along the bottom. And then the center one is actually going to sit in between, equally in between, but only attached to here. So you want to start off doing your glue again, and just, I think the best way is to line it up so that you know, right, don't go over that. You know, if you put your glue on there, you could use sticky tape. You do whatever you prefer. I think actually I'll go with a stronger glue, and then you'll be able to see it better too. I'm not good with sticky tape. I'll stick it down to the wrong place and then never get it off again. So I'm lining that up so that I can see that line, and I know, well, that's where the glue goes no further. So you can now lift that up and just add your glue, and just simply go back in line it up to the top and just have a wee check that you're happy. It's all nicely lined up, not overhanging or anything. And that should take nicely, and we're going to do the same with the bottom one. If your paper is run a certain way, make sure that you put it in, you know, so it's facing the right way. So this is going to go here. We'll flip it over, line it up again, get our base line, and then add. And just go back in, line it up. And make sure you're happy with it all before it takes. And that's the start of your wee card. And now this central piece is going to sit like so, equally divided between the two gaps and lined up against this. So flip it over again, making sure you're happy. I forgot to tell you, I did run the top vanilla ones through an embossing folder just to give it a wee bit of texture. It was a bit flat looking to me. So I'm laying them up just so that I can get my base line again. So I know not to stick over that. And just add your glue. Get it central between those two that you've done. And just press it down. Double check that you're happy. It's right over there. And that is your first wee layer done, which is cool. So you now turn over and we're going to do this layer. So you're doing the exact same thing again. One here, one here, and your middle one goes along here. So I'll come back when that's stuck. Now that's the first layer, that's the second layer, and now you're going to turn over and do your third layer. Just the exact same, just continue on with your one this way, one this way, and this one will line up here. And I'll come back when we're ready to do the next one. So as you see, when you get to your last one, you can't fold it flat because you're covered. You're covering each of the parallels. So we need to do it sort of upright. So again, it will fit in there. Go to the top, turn it over, and just mark as best you can. From the join up. Make sure your flowers are facing, their pattern papers facing the right way. And then open it up quickly. You don't want it sticking to that one. So make sure that they're all nicely lined up at this stage. Looks like it's running down a wee bit. Right, so that's that one done. We need to do the bottom one now. This is kind of our last one. So flip it and line it up with that join mark. Slip it in. But immediately get up there and make sure that you're all lining up. Looks good, doesn't it? And now we need to put this wee one in here. So it's going to line up in the center, making sure that you line it up with this one as well. So pop it over, line her up, and go in where that crease is, just to the left side of it. Put your glue on. No, I'm all mixed up now. Right, that goes this way. I've done this right. Open it up quickly. Just make sure you're happy with all the wee fittings and everything is stuck and glued nicely. That is an awesome wee shape. I think it's brilliant. When it's all decorated up, it'll be really cool. So now we need to get prepared for the next wee bit. So now we're ready to add, I think my camera moved slightly, I bumped my head on it. So we're now ready to add our wee squares. These will go top and bottom, the one with the very vanilla at the back, and then you'll have ones to go in the center. So it's all matching and run the right way, and just make sure that you get your stuff all running the way you want it. That's probably the best way. And just go in with your glue again. And just the most important part is probably making sure that they all line up when you're sticking it, and making sure your flowers run the way you want them to run. That could go either way, really, couldn't it? So try and get it that you're lining it up with that other very vanilla in the center of that square. And then just do the same for each one. And that is more or less the end of your card. It's up to you now how to decorate it up. So again, making sure it's lined up with that one, and your embossing is going the same way. Is mine going the same way? I think it is. So you just flip it over, do the same here, from your two piles until they've all stuck. So it's all put together, and I think it's really nice card. It'll sit flat, probably fit into an A5 envelope. Yeah, it should do. That's an A5 card there. So it should fit into that nicely. And now it's just up to you how to decorate it. This one is for my mother-in-law, so I'm going to use the Happy Birthday stamp out of Artistically Inked, and hopefully it'll sit well across one of these. I'll show you it there. So it should sit there. I'm going to do it onto the cream and then just cut around it. I'm going to decorate it as Valerie's challenge is for butterflies. I might put a few wee butterflies on it, and I'm not sure, but I'll show you. The finished picture will be on the start of the video, and hopefully one of you will have a wee go. Those papers are just divine. I love them, absolutely love them. So remember, I'll have all the links to Valerie's challenge. I'll have the link to where she keeps all her measurements for this particular card, and I'll have a link for anything that I use down below as well. So happy crafting, everybody. I'll catch you all again soon. Bye.